Hello guys, welcome to Codeforces Round 817. In this video, we will solve problem A, B and D. So let's start with the problem number A, which is a spell check, and the time limit is 1 second and the memory limit is 256 MB. And the statement is saying that Timur likes his name as a spelling of his name. He allows any permutation of the letters of the name. For example, the following strings is the valid spelling of his name. These all strings are the permutation of Timur. Okay, and we have to find that in the here you observe that the first letter is capital and all the remaining ones are in lowercase. Okay, so now it is saying that today he wrote a string s of length n consisting of only of uppercase or lowercase Latin letters, and he asks you to check if s is the correct spelling of his name, otherwise not. And the input format consists of t, which is total number of test cases, and each case consists of an integer n, which is the length of the name. In this case it is 5, and s is the string which contains name, and we have to output if s satisfies the condition that the first letter should be capital and all the remaining ones should be small, and it is the name of the Timur. Okay, and the string should be the permutation of Timur. If all these conditions meet, we will print yes, otherwise we will print no. So I basically did that. First I sorted the word Timur. Okay, I sorted the word Timur, and after sorting yeah, so after sorting you will get T, I, M, R and U. Okay, you will get T, I, M, R, U, and I stored in this string duplicate T, I, M, R, U, and inputted the string given by the input, and then sorted the string which I took input, and then check that if my duplicate string is equals to S. If yes, our answer will be yes, otherwise our answer will be no. Here I first sorted Timur, and then sorted input string, and here I am checking that if both are equal I will print yes, otherwise I will print no. Okay, hope you guys understand. This is the easy one, and let's move to the second one, which is color blindness, and the time limit is 1 second. And now begin the statement is saying that Vasya has a grid with 2 rows and n columns, and he colors each cell red, green or blue. Vasya is colorblind and can't distinguish between green and blue, and we have to determine if Vasya will consider 2 rows of the grid to be colored the same. Okay, so the input format is T, which is total number of test cases, and n is the number of columns, and basically each cell consists of either R, G or D, and we have to output for each test case. We have to output yes if Vasya considers the 2 cells identical, which means 2 cells seem to be same to Vasya, and otherwise we will print no. And let's pick this one. Okay, here n is equals to 4, which is number of columns is 4, and the first row consists of G, R, D and G. G, R, D and G, and the second row consists of G, B, G, B, G, B, G and B. Okay, and these two are equal, both are green, this R and V, and it is given in the problem that C can't distinguish between green and blue, but it is R and it is blue, and again blue and green, so C can't distinguish between these two, green and blue, so C can't distinguish between these two. So for Basya, these two will be same, these two will be same, these two are also same, but these two cells are not same, so C can't see these two blocks as identical. So in this case our answer will be no. Yeah, no. And let's take the another one. Yes, yes. Okay, let's took the this one. Here n is equals to n is 8. Okay, basically these are our two strings. This is a string 1 and this is a string 2. Okay, and R E B R R B R. Okay, so it is given that C can distinguish between green and blue. So for Basya, green looks exactly same as blue, or blue looks exactly same as green. So in this case, you will either change green to blue for both strings and blue to green, either this or this. If you change green to blue, then no need to change blue to green. Okay, and if you change blue to green, basically we have to make green and blue equal. Okay, here R is equal, R is both are equal, green. So okay, let's I am making green to blue. So here green appears, I will make it blue. Blue don't change. Green to blue. Okay, and RG green to blue, green to blue, green to blue. And now after this I will compare is is zeroth index same for both the strings. Yeah, blue 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 and blue. Okay, so I find that all these both the strings are same, and if s1 is equals to s2, I will print yes, otherwise print no. Okay, let's see the code for this one. Yeah, here I am taking number of test cases and the input part comes from there, n, which is number of columns. Okay, and inputting both strings here. Yeah, no need to make the identical variable. Yeah, and I am looking for if both are equal. If both are equal at beginning, I will print yes and continue to the next test case. Otherwise, here I am changing all green to blue for both the strings. This line is doing so, and now comparing both strings. If both are equal, I will print yes, otherwise I will print no, and this is the code. Okay, I hope you guys understand the second one. And now move to the problem number D, which is line, and the time limit is 2 seconds. Okay, the statement begins with there are n people in a horizontal line, and each looking either to the left or the right, and each person counts the number of people in the direction they are looking. Which means if I am looking left, I will count all the persons from me to the left, me to the starting one, and if I am looking right, I will count to the next. I will count from the next person standing from me to the end of the person. Okay, yeah, and this example is saying that here left, and in left of this person, the first person, there is no person, so the count will be 0, and for second person there are 3 persons on right of him, so count will be 3, and for the third person there are 2 persons in right of him, so count will be 2, and for fourth person there are 3 persons in his left, so count will be 3, and for the last one there are 4 persons in right, so the count will be 4, and the total sum will be 12. Okay, and we have given the initial arrangement of the people in the line, which means we have given this arrangement, and from k, which begins from 1 to n, which is k can be maximum up to n, we have to determine the maximum value of the line. You can change so that the direction at most k people. Okay, so we can make exactly n number of changes, which is from k equals to 1 to n. Okay, and the input format is t, which is consists of t number of test cases, and each test case consists of n, which is number of people, and n characters followed by l or r, which is the position of person which either he is seeing towards left or towards right, and it is guaranteed that okay, the sum of all the cases doesn't exist. 2 into 10 power 5, which is quite also a big number, and it is recommending that use long instead of int. This is the size of input. Okay, and we have to and the output format is we have to output n separated non-negative integer, which is the sum after changing the each place at max k times. Okay, so the first case, the first example is L and R. Okay, yeah, the first is L and R. So for this one, this is 0, 1 and 2. Okay, for this person, how many person is standing in left of him? 0. For this one, how many person? 1. And for this one, how many person is standing in right of him? 0. Okay, so the sum of all these will become 1, and here n is equals to 3, so I can at max change n position. So to make it larger, first I will start with this one, and I will change L to R and let them all remaining. So for this person, 2 person are standing in right of him, so 2 plus in left of this 1, and in right of him 0, so in this case sum will become 3. So this is the output window, we will print 3 in this case. Okay, again now I will make, to make the sum greatest, I will change the value, this value. Okay, R, L and L. Okay, so in right of this person, 2 person are standing, So 2 plus in left of second one, only one is standing, and in left of third person, 2 person are standing. So what will be the sum? The sum will become 5. So output 5, and I have made first change, second change, and the value of n is 3, so I can make one more change. Okay, I have changed this value and this value, and the remaining one is middle one. So I will make r yeah. We can make this equal to yeah, right. 2 person are standing in front of the first one, so 2 plus 1 person is standing in the right of middle one, so 2 plus 1. Yeah, why I change this for a value? Basically I change this in second case. Yeah, in second case I change the third one, so this will remain yeah, my fault. Yeah. In left of the third person, 2 person are standing, so add 2 and the sum will become 5. Okay, so in this case your output window will look like 3, 5 and 5. Yeah, so this was the smaller input, so we will do this. Otherwise, for the larger input, how can I implement this? So for I equals to 0 to n by 2, yeah, for I equals to 0 to n by 2, I will check if to make the sum greatest, our array should contain rightmost part should contain r, and leftmost part should contain l. So our task is to make the half of the left again rightmost part should contain L and leftmost part should contain R. Okay, so our task is to make the, if this is our array, in this case the size was 3, we will try to make the half portion, R, and the left one should be R and the half portion should be L. Either you will choose n by 2 or n by 2 plus 1, both will result same. Okay, and we will also just initialize our variable count, and yeah, look for if this is equals to L, I will change to R, and if this rightmost part is equals to R, we will change this to L, and sum okay, and update the sum and print and how many time I can change? I can change up to 0 to n, which means maximum 0 to n, maximum n times. Okay, yeah, let's see the code. D. Basically this function is calculating the sum, taking an string s and the size of the string, and initializing the sum with 0 and starting with 0 up to n, and calculating if si is equals to r, our elements should be, if the array look like r, l, l, yeah, and here the 0th element is equals to r, the sum should be n minus I plus 1, which is here n is equals to 3. N is equals to 3. So 3 minus I plus 1, here I is equals to 0, 0 plus 1, 1. So the sum will be this one, 2 elements in right of this, so sum will be 2. Again check if this is equals to L, your answer will be exactly I, and returning the sum. So yeah, first I am initializing the sum with the sum of all the values, and now starting from I equals to 0 to n, here n is equals to half of n. Okay, and checking if k is equals to, if k will become equals to n, which means change at max n times. Okay, so if k will become n, I will break this loop. Okay, and I am looking for if ith element is equals to, which means leftmost part is equals to L, I will change this to R, and now I am updating the sum, and I am not calling the function because this will result in time limit exceeded error. So I am basically making the difference. Okay, I am adding the difference if I am changing from L to R. Okay, so I am changing, which means if I am changing L to R, our R will become, the sum containing R will become n minus 1 minus I. Here we see in here. Okay, and if previously it was become L, so the sum was I, and I am updating the sum with their differences. What will be the sum if this will become R? The sum will become n minus I minus 1, and what was the previous sum? Previous sum was when it contains L, so the sum was I. So this is the difference. I am updating the sum variable. Yeah, and I am changing the value to R, then incrementing k, and again I am initializing V with n minus 1 minus I. Okay, if my I is at this place, and I want to also check for the last one. Okay, so the last one will become n minus I minus I, n minus 1 minus I. Okay, so I am initializing the V variable with n minus 1 minus I. Now again looking for if the rightmost part is equals to R, I will change it to L, and again adding the difference of the sum, which was when a string was containing R, and when a string will contain L, their differences, and updating the sum variable and outputting sum and incrementing the k. Okay, here I am printing the sum k times. Okay, and we have to output the maximum, we have to output the n times. Okay, so here R is our remaining to print. Okay, remaining will be n minus k time, which means I have printed the k times, and the remaining one will be n minus k. So I am again printing the exactly same sum, n minus k times. Okay, so hope you guys understand this, and if you like all these approaches and find this video helpful, please consider subscribing this channel if you are new to this channel, and please like this video, and thanks for watching. See you in next video.